Welcome back. The markets have bounced back, but we have one cautious voice that joins us on a Tuesday and tells us that lower levels are coming about. So let's get Jai Bala back on the show. Hi, Jai. Good afternoon. Good to see you, Bin. This is a dead cat bounce, I'm assuming, according to you, and it's a good shorting opportunity. Am I right?
That's right, Nigel. See, I had pointed out the support as 23,890 to 23,800. The markets are bouncing from 23,810 that it registered yesterday. So the markets are still looking weak. Barring today, the bounces have been quite weak. And the problem for the bulls is that Reliance is holding below 1433. Before this pre-split, a few weeks back, I had mentioned that Reliance should not trade under 2,600. The post-split price, that's it's trading below 1,300, and it did trade below 1,300. That's not a good sign for Reliance. It's probably likely to clock underperformance over the next several weeks. But the bounce for Reliance is likely to hold below 1433 and most probably below 1380. That's a negative for the market. The resistance for Nifty comes at about 24,700 and 25,300. At the yesterday's support, which I had projected a couple of weeks back, if that were to given, the next support comes at about 23,680. And if 23,680 were to break, 23,089, I'm still anticipating later on, probably a few weeks down the line, the June 4th low to get registered for the market.
Okay, so that thesis of going down to 21,300 is still very much intact. What about banks? The recovery in banks, 1,000-point up move on Nifty Bank appears to be solid, backed by a lot of these large caps moving up. How would you read that?
Yeah, banks are rallying in a counter-trend fashion, and I anticipate probably post the Fed announcement or SBI results, the banks take lead in the next leg of the move. In fact, today I have a conditional short on SBI. If SBI were to break below 807, then one should place a stop at about 840. It's a conditional short. Don't pre up the market. Wait for it to break below 807. Then the price objective will turn out to about 736. And so I anticipate some bounce to take place for the banking index. Probably face resistance at about 52,475 on the banking index. Maybe on a stretch to 52,950. That's the max I'm seeing for the banking index. So this is still a counter-trend rally, and the banking index is deceiving and probably lulling people into complacency.
Alchem?
Yeah, Alchem is one of the weakest stock, Nigel, and it's because there's an event risk ahead. This is the only short, and you got to be trading this light. 5,900 stock. I'm anticipating a decline to about 52.44. Further downsides to work with for Alchem. And if you see today's F&O data, there's a short build-up there.
What's the overall global setup looking like? We've got two event risks lined up in front of us.
Yeah, in the extreme short term, I'm anticipating a bounce to come through probably just today. And then post the results or just on the results day, I'm anticipating a sharp decline to come through for the equity markets. That is a small case that the high that registered for the NASDAQ in July is probably a long-term high. When I say long-term, it's probably long-term from 2003 to 2024. So, but still, since it's I'm projecting a trend of such large degree, I'll wait for further confirmation to come through. Probably, I want NVIDIA to start trading below 110. Once that happens, probably we'll have further clues for the markets to come through. But the point is, be cautious. As I pointed out on the 15th of October, I wanted the US markets to turn around the 21st of October. The turn has exactly come through from the 21st of October for the Dow Jones. So, and it's looking, the short term is looking shaky. I'm anticipating some bounce to come through for the Dow Jones to about 42,800 max, and then take a sharp dip below that. And if it closes below 40,000, it confirms a significant reversal for the industrials.
Okay, all right. Final question, Jai, before we let you go. Levels on the dollar index, crude, as well as the 10-year yield. Where are they headed? Very quickly.
Yeah, I'm anticipating pullback to come through for the 10-year yields as well as the dollar index. So I expect the US 10-year yields to hold above 410 to 390. But the main message from the US bond markets, or in fact, the global bond markets, is that if you are living in a thinking that disinflation is taking place, the bond markets are sending a message that you are living in an illusion. And the levels for crude is, the Brent is, I'm anticipating a break below the September low. But in very short term, there's a bounce to come through. And when it comes to precious metals, I'm anticipating silver has possibly taken a turn for the medium term for the confirmation to come through. But gold, once again, I'm anticipating a corrective decline to somewhere close to about, say, 2,600 and change, and the silver to decline to somewhere about 28 and change.
Okay, thank you very much for that. By the way, just counting down, and it's been a remarkable recovery for the markets. We're ending close.